Good day and welcome to K Tutors. At K Tutors, we demystify your curiosity and we help you to enjoy maths. In the previous lesson, we learned about Roman numerals. We said that Roman numerals is a number system that has survived over 2000 years ago from ancient Rome. Also, we looked at the various Roman key digits. These key digits are so important because you combine the key digits to form other Roman numbers. Furthermore, we looked at the different rules for writing Roman numerals. So, if you are yet to watch this video, kindly click on the link above to watch the video. Now, what are we learning today? Our words for discussion today is decimal notation. Have you ever looked at a number like 0.5 and 3.75 and thought, what exactly does this really mean? Decimals are everywhere in money, in measurement, and everyday life. But many students understand whole number instead until decimal point shows up. Suddenly, they ask different questions like, where do the digits go? What does each place mean? Why does the value change so quickly? In this video, I am going to break down different decimal notation in simple and clear way, so you don't just read decimals, you actually understand them. So, by the end of this lesson, you will know what decimal notation means, how place value work in decimals, and how to read and write decimals with confidence. If decimals have ever confused you, this lesson is for you. So sit back, relax, and enjoy as we demystify decimal notation. So our words for discussion today is decimal numbers. In the course of this lesson, we are going to be encountering words like ascending, descending, and ordering. Now, what are decimals? Decimals are simply numbers with decimal points in them. Like fractions, decimals are parts of a whole number. So let us look at the different parts of a decimal number. Now we have the whole number part, we have the decimal part, and we as well have the decimal point. The decimal points actually make a number a decimal number. So quickly, let us explain each digit in this decimal number. Now let's consider the number 45.237. Now to start with, you cannot call this number 45.237 because this number is not a whole number. So you call each digit individually, like 45.237. So we call this 45 because it's a whole number, but these numbers are decimal numbers. Now take note of this. As you move from right to left this way, the number gets 10 times bigger. Now 5 here is the units place, while 4 here is the tens place. So this you can call this 40, but this you can call just 5. In order for 5 to get to the tens place, what do? You multiply by 10, and this will make it 50. Now the reverse is the case for the decimal part. As you move from left to right in the decimal part, you divide by 10. In this case, you have 2. So here, 2 here is 2 over 10. While the next digit here is 3 over 10 times 10, which is 100. Well, the last digit there is 7. 7 here is 7 divided by 100 times 10, which is 1000. So in the course of this lesson, you will understand more while we had to divide by 10, 100, and 1000 in the decimal part. So quickly, Let us express decimals in place values. At K-Tutors, we have already learned about the place and the values of whole numbers. So if you are yet to watch that video, the link is just above. Kindly click on the link and watch the video. So let's consider these numbers: 242.567, 630.789, 4,268.985. Now, if you look at the various digits here, you see that they've been specially placed under each placeholder. This is the thousandth place, this is the hundredth place, this is the tenths, units. Now, this is the decimal point separating the whole number from the decimal. Here we have the tenths place, the hundredth place, the thousandth place, and the tens of thousands place. So let us start with each digit here. Now here is 242.567. Now in order to understand the values and the place of digits in decimal numbers, it is very important to expand the number. And how can we expand the number? Is by writing the value of each digit in the number. For instance, here we have 242. So the place of 2 here is 100. So the value is 200 plus the place of 4 here is tens, and the value of 4 there is 40. The place of 2 here is ones or units, so the value is just 2. Now, this is quite different with the decimal part. So after your decimal point, the numbers will automatically change. So in this case, the place of 5 here is tenth, like you can see here. This tenth, instead of multiplying, just like I said earlier, instead of multiplying 5 by 10, you divide 5 by 10. And that is why you can confidently call this 5 here 5 tenths. Why are we calling it 5 tenths? Because it is being divided by 10. Next is plus 6. The place of 6 here is hundredth. So since the place of 6 there is hundredth, you can conveniently divide 6 here by 100. So the value here is 600th. Next, we have 7 here. So in this case, the value of 7 there will be 7 thousandths. So you see, here we divided by 10. Here we divided by 6 divided by 10 times 10, which is 100. And finally, here we said 7 divided by 100 times 10, which is 1000. So these are the values of each digit in this number. Moving on, you can as well look at the next number there, which is 630. Here, this is units, tens, and hundreds. So 6 here, the place of 6 there is 100. So you can as well see 600, write 600 as the value, while 3 here is 30. 0 here, you don't have any value for the digit 0, so you can as well leave that as 0 here. Then plus 7, you divide by 10. So the value here is 7 tenths plus 8 hundredths, then finally plus 9 thousandths. So we have succeeded in writing the values of each digit in the numbers above. So I expect you to solve this and write your answer in the comment section. Let us quickly write the following numbers as decimal. So here we have 5 tenths. From our previous slide, what is 5 tenths? Here we are aware that 5 tenths is 5 divided by 10. How do I know that I am supposed to divide by 10? Because of this suffix here, th. this TH here will tell us when to divide by 10. Now, if this TH is not here, automatically you know you are expected to multiply by 10. This is 5/10. So this we can as well write as decimal because our decimal point is here and you are dividing by 10 and 10 has only one zero. So what are you expected to do? You move your point backward once and your point will change position and this will now give you 0.5. This is 0.5. Next is 700th. Remember here you have two zeros and since you have two zeros here, your point is here and you move backwards twice, 1 and 2. Your point has now come to this point. Now this empty curve here, you replace the empty curve with 0 and you write your 0 just to keep your point in place. So here we now have 0.07 and finally we have 3,000ths. The TH here is visibly telling us that we should divide these 3 by 1,000. Now the point is naturally here, so you move your point backwards how many times? 3 times. Why? Because we have 3 zeros here. So this empty curve, you replace that with zeros. And where your point is here, you use your 0 here to hold the point. So here we now have 0.003. Now since we have for 5/10ths we have 0.5, 700ths we have 0.07 and 3,000ths we have 0.003. All we need to do is just to add all of them. So here we have 0.5 plus 0.07. So you have to be careful. Make sure you align all your points. And finally, we have 0.003. So when you add all this together, what will you eventually get? Now remember, you can say this is 0 here, 0 here, and 0 here. So 0 plus 0 plus 3, that will give you 3. 0 plus 7 plus 0, that will give me 7. Then I have 5 plus 0 plus 0, that will give me 5. And finally, we have 0 here. So we have succeeded in writing these sets of numbers here as a decimal. So what's our answer? Our answer is 0.573. Let us look at another example. Here we have 9/10ths. Already we know that this is divided by 10 and this will give us 0.9. So here we have 1200ths. Our point is here. We'll move. You must go into each digit, 1 and 2. So here we have 0.12 and finally, so here we have 5,000. So this means we are dividing 5 by 1,000. So here we are going to have 0.00 and then 5. So after doing this, what are you expected to do? Just add everything up. So we have 0.9 plus 0.12 and then 0.005. You can use 0 to replace the empty places there. Then you add 0 plus 0 plus 5. Here we have 5. 0 plus 2 plus 0, 2. 9 plus 1 plus 0. Remember that will give you 10. Then you carry 1 here. Bring down your decimal points. So you have your decimal point here. 1 plus 0 and then plus 0. You have 1. So here, what's our final answer? Our final answer is 1.02 and then 5. So let's look at another example here. here is 800. Now, if you observe this with keen interest, you understand that the suffix th is not here. So automatically 800 here is 800. You see, we are not dividing by 100. Instead, we are multiplying 8 by 100 to give us 800. Now, the next one is 6 tens. Here, we are just multiplying by 10 to give you 60. Now, here comes the decimal part. This is 7 all over 100. Why am I dividing by 100? Because I have my th suffix here. And finally, 6 divided by 1000 because I have my th suffix there again. So here, what's my answer here? Here I have, this can as well be 0.07. Then here is 0.006. Then let's add. So here we have 800 plus 60. Now, this is very confusing for a lot of children. How do I mean? Because here, 800 is carrying the decimal points. Here, wherever it goes, it carries a decimal point, and the decimal point is always in front of it. So for any number without a decimal point, the decimal point is there but invisible. You cannot see. So the decimal point is in front of any number without a decimal point. So here is 800.00. Now, this is 60.00. Now, let us look at the decimal parts. Now, remember, you must always align your points. So I'll put my point first. Then this first 0 will come under the whole number part, while the 0.7 will be here. So here I have this, and finally I have 0.00, then 6. Then it's time to add. So you can as well replace this empty spaces here with 0. So add everything here. You have 6. Here you have 7, 0, point, another 0, 6, and 8. So we have succeeded in writing these numbers as decimal. So the last one here, this is very, very simple. I expect you to do this and drop your answer in the comment section. Now moving on, let us order decimal numbers. First of all, let's consider this number here. So if you want to write this number, it's very important to show all the values of the number. So here, remember, I've said this before, this is 4,000. You write it like 4,000 plus 200 plus 60, then plus 8. Then here we have 9 over 10 plus 8 over 100 plus 5 over 1000, then finally plus 2 over 10,000. Okay, let's consider this table. 9 tenths can be written like this, 0.9. 8 hundredths can as well be written as 0.08. 5 thousandths can be written as 0.005, and 2 tenths of thousands can be written as 0.0002. So if you look at this number, you'll see that 0.9 is actually bigger than 0.08 because 9 is being divided by 10 while 8 is divided by 100. 800th here is also bigger than 5 because this is divided by 1000 while this is divided by just 100. So if you look at this, the figures, the decimal figures are decreasing in values from top to down. This is simply ordering. So let us order these numbers now in order of size, in ascending order. Now we already know what ascending is. Ascending simply means you are moving from small to big, from small numbers to big numbers. So let us consider the first set of numbers here. Now, how can we order this number? this is very, very simple. If you are ordering any set of numbers, all you need to do is to look at the whole number part. Here we have 0, 0, 0, 0. Then at this point, they are all on the same level. And since they are all on the same level, consider the digits after the decimal point. Here you have 4, here you have 0, here 4 and 4. This implies that this is the smallest, so we are writing this first. 0.084. Next, you consider the other numbers. Here you have 8 here. Here you have nothing here. So by implication, you have 0 here. And here you as well have 0 here. So here you have 8 here. You have 0 here. And you also have 0 here. But this 0 has something attached to it. So this is therefore smaller. So you have 0.40. And the next one here is 0.48, while this is 0.40. So this is smaller. So don't confuse this. You see why I said you should not call this as a whole number, 408. If you call this as a whole number, this will be bigger than this, but you cannot call this as a whole number. You call this as 0.408, while this is 0.48. So 8 here is bigger than 0 here. So this is smaller. So you now say 0.408. And finally, biggest of all the decimal numbers here is 0.48. So we have succeeded in writing this set of decimal numbers from the smallest to the biggest. Let us look at the next one here. Here we have 2.1, 2.21, 0.021, and 0.21. Here we have 2 here, 2 here, 0 here, and 0 here. So this and this are on the same level. And since they are on the same level, let's compare them. And because they are smaller than these ones here. So we have 0 here, the second digit, and here we have 2. So this is the smallest. So the smallest is 0.021. Then next we have 0.21. Now let's consider this ones here. So this is 2.1, while this is 2.21. So this one here is bigger than 1 here. So this is smaller than this. So the next is 2.1. Then finally, we have 2.21. So we have succeeded in writing this set of decimal numbers in ascending order, starting with the smallest. So it's time for you to try this. So you try number 3 and you drop your answer in the comment section. And finally, let us arrange this set of decimal numbers in descending order. By descending, it simply means you are going from big to small. So here we have 7.94, 7.094, 7.490, and 9.40. Now, if you look at this, 7 here, they are all on the same level, but 9 is the biggest. So this will come first because that is the biggest. So 9.407, followed by, they are all on the same level. Let's consider the next digits. Here is 9, here is 0, and here is 4. So since 9 here is the biggest, this is bigger than this and this. So we go with 7.94. Then we have 0 and 4 here. 4 is actually bigger than 0 here. So you take this 7.490. And finally, we have 7.094. So we have succeeded in arranging this set of decimal numbers in order of size, starting with the biggest. Now let's arrange this set of decimal numbers in order of size starting with the biggest. So here 0, 0, 0. So the whole numbers here are all on the same level. But here we have 9, here we have 0, 4, and 4. So this is the biggest. So 0.904. Then we have 0 here, 4 here, and as well we have 4 here. So since these 4 and these 4 are on the same level, let's try the next digits. Here we have 9 and here we have 0. So since we have 9 here, this is bigger than this one. So I'll just take the next number as 0.490. Then here we have 0.407, and finally we have 0.094. So we have succeeded in writing these numbers in order of size starting with the biggest. And finally, you can as well try these yourself and drop your answer in the comment section. With this, we have come to the end of this lesson. If you enjoy what we do, kindly subscribe to our channel. Tell your friends to as well subscribe, because at K Tutors, we demystify your curiosity and we help you to enjoy maths. Thank you for your time and have a wonderful day. Bye for now.